Hey y'all, Bufurd here. Today on Raid Leader Explains, we're going to go over the YellowBrow fight on Blacksmith Wukong. This fight is a 3-boss fight and has 3 different save points in the middle of it. So at the end of every phase, it will give you a dropping point that you can leave, you can go respec, you can go continue exploring. So feel free to tackle this boss as quickly or as slowly as you choose. If at any point in the boss fight you wish to leave, simply use the Incense Trail Talisman in your inventory and you'll be teleported back to the outside shrine. The first phase of this boss fight is against YellowBrow in his shrine chamber. This should be a fairly standard boss fight by Wukong standards. Stay out of the bad, avoid spell effects, and kill the boss. YellowBrow does use teleportation to move around the room, and he will occasionally send out pillar stance or jumpable blast waves. On this first phase, when he starts swinging his mace, that is the time whenever you want to either time lock him or just get out of his way. He tends to swing the mace between 4 and 12 times in a row. At the halfway point, he will raise his mace high in the air and then slam it down, doing a large AoE. This is avoidable either by dodging or by simply walking out of it. As soon as the mace hits the ground, the damage box is ended and you can walk back in and start doing damage. It's important to note that between every boss phase, your flask refills to full. So feel free to chug that thing if you are getting close to a kill and take extra damage. As I do not properly display here, these blast waves that he sends out are jumpable, and he tends to do them right after teleporting. The end of the boss phase is signified when the boss's health bar disappears from the bottom of the screen. He will then send you into an unskippable animation, and then into a cutscene where he puts you into his seed stack. We will be skipping that cutscene for now. In the second phase, you will face off against the Macaque chief. Your friend the pig will also be in the seed sack with you participating in this fight. The Macaque still does his standard moveset, however, at the end of every move he usually leaves a red scar in the battlefield. This scar will sit there for a few seconds before dealing damage in an outward fashion, so please don't stand in front of them. The Macaque still has the standard amount of poise that he has had the entire game. He should be fairly easy to stun with rank 2 or rank 3 heavy attacks. At 50%, he will use a Pluck of Many and summon 2 additional adds. These adds can be safely ignored so long as you dodge out of their attacks. Your pig friend will fight them for you. If you're struggling with this fight, I do recommend switching targets to the Pluck of Many. They are fairly simple to kill and do not have a lot of HP. A new mechanic to this boss fight: when the boss leaps into the air, he will attack with what appear to be shadows of himself before sending his body after you. He will sometimes land instead, so it's important to just pay attention to which way he mixes it up. After this boss fight, there's a little bit of an RP walk, followed by the third phase. This is the hardest phase in the boss fight, and has several mechanics that you have to pay important attention to. The third phase of this boss fight is against YellowBrow again, except for on his miniatures table. Since he decided to play Warhammer instead of Wukong, we will take unpreventable, unskippable damage above half and below half on his health bar. This will take place by stunning you and sending you into a cutscene. The boss will continue to use his entire old moveset that he had in the first phase. However, this time he will be more teleporty and more aggressive in his mace swings. At this point in the boss fight, he will stunlock your character and send you into an animation, followed by a short cutscene. This cutscene is skippable, but I did not skip it for the sake of this video. We take damage at this point that is unpreventable, but it cannot kill you. A few mechanics that are interesting to note on this boss fight. When he raises his mace over the head and seems to send a pillar of light into the sky, he will attack in a line in front of him. This can be dodged, but it leaves a trail on the ground. This trail will stack up lightning blight on your character. This blight will cause you to take additional damage. At this point in the game, you should have unlocked the ability to invest points into your blight resistance on your fundamentals tree. I do recommend at least filling that out partially for this boss fight. It helps a lot. On this particular kill, I got the second unskippable damage animation right at 50%. He will once again stunlock you and send you into a short cutscene where you will take that damage. As you can see, I took lethal on that cutscene. However, it did not kill me because the cutscene cannot kill you. I do recommend flasking immediately after the cutscene because he will usually have a few frames of RP that allow you to chug that flask because of the unskippable damage. At below 50%, he will start doing this large AoE. So long as he is near the edge of an arena, you can usually run to the other side and just avoid it entirely. Otherwise, the AoE is a dodgeable mechanic. Upon my rewatch of this kill, I realized that I managed to skip his first golden idol phase. When he's in his golden idol phase, he will appear to be covered in gold, and every attack will bounce and do no damage to the boss. This is instead doing damage to the gold that he is plated with. It is preferable to hit him with heavy charged attacks. A rank 2 charge followed by a couple of light hits will usually break the golden idol, or a single rank 3 charge will usually do it. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like more boss explanation videos, please let me know down in the comment section below. Please consider liking and subscribing, it helps my channel to grow.